You've probably seen those Rivian trucks conquering mountains, right? But what about something a little more everyday, like the weekly grocery run? Well, Rivian has an answer for that, and believe me, it's one of the most anticipated EVs of the year. Okay, so let's get right into it. We are giving you the complete download on the brand new Rivian R2. This is the car that's designed to take the Rivian brand from the deep wilderness right into your driveway. It's really the story of how this kind of cult adventure brand is making its big play for the mainstream. So here's the thing you got to understand about Rivian's challenge. Their R1S and R1T. I mean, they're incredible machines. They're huge, super capable, but, and it's a big but, they are expensive. We're talking a starting price around 75 grand. That puts them in dream car territory, but pretty much out of reach for most families. And that's where the R2 comes in. This is Rivian's answer. It's a totally new vehicle, built from the ground up on a new platform, and it has one crystal clear goal: be smaller, be way more affordable, and bring that awesome Rivian vibe to a much wider audience. You could say this is their volume play. All right, let's get into the nitty-gritty, shall we? What makes the R2 such a massive deal? Well, it really all starts with one single number, a number that has everyone talking. Yep, $45,000. That is the headline-grabbing starting price that just completely changes the entire conversation around Rivian. I mean, a price like that doesn't just make the brand more accessible, it puts the R2 into a direct head-to-head fight with the big dogs, like the Tesla Model Y. And you know, it's not just the price. The size is a total game changer too. At just about 4.75 meters long, the R2 is way smaller than its R1 siblings. And what that means for you is it's just so much more practical for everyday life. Think about tight city parking, trying to get down narrow streets, heck, just fitting into a normal garage. And somehow they did all that while still keeping a really impressive 24 centimeters of ground clearance. But of course, one size never fits all, right? Rivian's offering a few different flavors of the R2. So the real question is, which one would be right for you? Come on, let's break down the options. Okay, so the lineup kicks off with that really accessible standard model. It's a single-motor, rear-wheel drive with a solid 265 miles of range. Pretty good. From there, you can step up, get more range, or you can add a second motor for all-wheel drive. But then there's the top-tier performance trim. And wow, we're talking 656 horsepower, all-wheel drive, and a 0 to 60 time under 3 seconds. Just think about that. A family SUV that is literally faster than most supercars. So you've picked out your dream R2, but hold on, when can you actually get one? Well, that's the big question, and it really depends on where you live. The rollout is happening in phases, so let's take a closer look at the timeline. All right, so the US gets the very first vehicles in the spring of 2026, but it's going to be the more expensive performance and premium models first. That awesome $45,000 base model, that won't show up in the US until 2027, and Canada's entire launch is also pushed back to that same year. But honestly, the biggest news here is Europe. The launch that was supposed to happen in 2027, it's been postponed indefinitely. Now, it's probably a smart strategic move, to focus all their resources on getting the North American launch perfect, but man, that's a really tough pill to swallow for all the Rivian fans in Europe. And that delay, it's a really big deal. And you might be asking, why? Why does it matter so much? Because from the very beginning, the R2 wasn't just designed for America. No, it was designed with Europe specifically in mind. And honestly, it's so easy to see why the R2 is considered a potential smash hit over in Europe. I mean, its size, it's perfect for those roads. Its price hits that perfect sweet spot, aspirational but still achievable. And then you have features like bidirectional charging. That's where you can actually power your house from your car, which is a huge deal in markets with crazy energy prices. The R2 really does seem like it was tailor-made for success over there. Which, leaves us with this really fascinating question. It seems like Rivian has built the absolute perfect vehicle for a key global market, a car that checks literally all the boxes. But for right now, they're making that market wait. So there you have it. The R2 is Rivian's big, ambitious play for the mainstream. It's a move that could absolutely redefine the entire brand. But for so many excited customers in Canada and especially in Europe, well, that adventure is just going to have to wait a little bit longer. We really hope this complete download on the Rivian R2 has given you everything you needed to know. Thanks so much for letting us be your guide on this one.